So, you want to buy a house in Sarasota, but it's hurricane season. What do you need to know? Hi, this is Beth Helvey with Control Real Estate. I hope you're doing good today. So, it's hurricane season, which starts in June and ends in November. And I got to thinking about this because I was showing property and the skies opened up and I got dumped on, which is normal for here. We get big thunderstorms in the afternoons and early evenings in this area. So, what do you need to know if you're buying a house? Well, during hurricane season, one of the things that happens is you cannot get insurance if there's a nearby storm. Now, the storm could be on the other coast of Florida, it could be down in the Keys, it could be in the Gulf. Some of it depends on the size of the hurricane, but when that happens, when that hurricane gets close enough, insurance shuts down and you can no longer get insurance. Now, if you're getting a loan, this is a problem because you have to have insurance in order to get a loan and close on your house. So what do? Well, that's pretty easy. You get a binder. You call your insurance agent and let them know all the specs about your house so that you can get that done. It gets set up as a binder. And then that way, if there's a storm during the week that you're trying to close on your house, you can still have insurance and you can still close. So the binder is kind of like a promise. You don't have to pay for it. And if for some reason the transaction falls apart, you don't owe your insurance agent any money, but you've already got the insurance set up and ready to go. Now, this is really, really important if you're getting a loan because you have to have insurance for a loan. But if you are getting insurance for your house when you are paying cash, it's still the same thing. If the state shuts down, then the state shuts down and you're not getting insurance. And you really want to have that when you close to protect your house. So we have another thing in the contract that kind of helps protect you. It's called force majeure. And this is basically an act of God. And it means that if there is an act of God, for example, a hurricane, then you automatically have 14 days built into the contract from closing to get everything sorted and cleaned up. We do this for a couple of reasons. When Irma came through a few years ago, a lot of things were shut down because some of the power lines were down, some of the area didn't have power. So we needed to do that because, your closing agent may not have been able to get to the office or have power at their office. This is where force majeure kicks in. And you've got 14 days, and typically with hurricanes, everything is cleaned up by then if they do come through. So what do you need to know as a seller? As a seller, you can make sure that your buyer has insurance in the summertime. There's nothing wrong with your listing agent calling the buyer's agent and verifying that. As a buyer agent, I've had many listing agents call me to verify whether or not my buyer has actually gotten the insurance because they know that it will hold up closing. And oftentimes the seller is going from one property to the next and can't get held up with closing. So just make sure that when you're buying a property in Sarasota, that you get a binder during hurricane season, which is June to November. And make sure you get that put in place so that you can close on time. This is Beth Helvey with Control Real Estate. If you have the opportunity to get outside and enjoy the sunshine, I'd encourage you to do so. Wear your sunscreen, drink a lot of water, and I'll talk to you later.